LTA, together with the bus operators, have worked hard to deliver the program ahead of the initial schedule. We had planned to stage it over 5 years, front-loaded in the first 3 years. But I think what we have been able to do is work with them, recruit more drivers, buy more buses, and we are confident that we can deliver all 550 of these buses by the end of this year, 2 years ahead of schedule. And so far, we've delivered about 320 of these buses. We've added 2,200 additional trips every week across about 125 existing services. Peak hour loading has improved, and scheduled intervals between buses have decreased by about 1 to 5 minutes on average. So these are the government buses, government-funded buses of the 550, 350, 320 have been introduced. The PTOs themselves have contributed about 100 more buses to meet additional ridership out of the 250 to which they had earlier committed over the 5-year period. So it's roughly about 50 buses a year, and they have kept to that commitment. We have also added 24 new routes to our network, in part by augmenting these new routes with resources from private bus operators. By running more buses at higher frequencies, we have significantly reduced the number of persistently crowded services across the island. I thought what's useful is to sort of show you half-yearly snapshots of where we are, or where we were, where we are in 2012, because this is something that we monitor. In fact, we monitor more than this, but basically this shows average loading across the island during a peak 1 hour period, and it's a moving 1 hour period. All right? So rate shows where the crowdedness is higher at 80%. Our commitment was to lower it to below 85%. And we use 80 as an early warning indicator of where we should pay particular attention to. So this is heat map in July 2012, and it's not only MEWR that's showing you hotspots, even MOT monitors hotspots of a different kind. And then we move forward to Jan 2013, some improvement. June 2013, I think slightly better. And then now we have January 2014. So what you see is that it changes. And so sometimes areas that were yellow previously become red. The reds, of course, we hope to move it to yellow and then to green. But what it tells us is to pay particular attention to certain areas, plan to add new buses to it so that we can address some of these issues that arise, and it's a dynamic situation. Okay. And to further improve feeder services, we will introduce 15 peak period short services, which overlap critical stretches of the existing feeder services, but specially targeted at the most crowded areas, most crowded stretches, and also to further reduce waiting times during the peak hours. 4 of these services will be launched in the second quarter in Woodlands, Boon Lay, Bedok, and Ang Mo Kio. So overall, I think commuters are happy with the BSEP. I intend to introduce another 450 or so buses over the next 3 years, on top of the 550 buses under the BSEP program that I mentioned starting back in COS 2012. And this will bring the total of government-funded buses under the BSEP program with this expansion to about 1,000 buses. And we intend to implement the bulk of this by 2016.